Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rakar Kodash. I want to give double honors to the men that taught me this word. I want to say shalom and give honors and respect to the brothers that's out here edifying, laboring, rightly dividing the word in truth and sincerity. And I want to say shalom to the brothers and sisters, the believers. And in the ancient Hebrew tongue, that's the Akim wa Akwathium. So yeah, of course, today is December 25th. So, other brothers been bringing out lessons about the history of Christmas. So I thought I'd bring out one, And basically, as we know, Christmas was once called Saturnalia, and I'm going to go into this article a little bit. And then I got a video I'm going to show. Then we're going to get a couple precepts. It should be quick. But basically, in a nutshell, you shouldn't be celebrating Christmas because, number one, it's nowhere in the scriptures that say December 25th is his birthday. All right. That's just off the rip. Number two, when you read research and do your reading on the history of Christmas, it comes from paganism. As a matter of fact, before I get started, I looked up pagan, right? So it says heathen, since one, a follower of a polytheistic religion as in ancient Rome. And that proves, and when we go into everything, when you see the videos and everything, you could tell this is modern day Rome. This is the new Roman Empire revised, all right? And then number two, it says one who has little or no religion and who delights in sensual pleasures and material goods, right? I mean, Christmas is about the gift giving. It's not, people will claim like it's to celebrate who y'all ignorantly call Jesus' birthday, but really to celebrate Yahweh's birthday, where, like I said again, number one, that's not scriptural. You know what I'm saying? Nobody on planet Earth can go in the scriptures and say, see, right there, that's where it says, or alluding to December 25th. No. When we do this research, when you watch the video and you read up on it on yourself and do your own read, you're going to find out that that's going into paganism, December 25th, which goes into the winter solstice, all right? And it says pleasures and material goods, we on number two. And a religious and hedonistic person, all right? Number three is say neo-pagan, witches, druids, goddess worshippers, goddess worshippers, right? And other pagans in America today, see? So clearly, and let's look at polytheistic, right? And of relating to or characterized by polytheism, believing in or worshiping multiple gods, all right? And we already know what the Lord said about worshiping other gods. Matter of fact, hold on one second. Matter of fact, let's just bring it out. Spirit wanted me to go there. When you go to Exodus, all right, you go to Exodus 20, and what do it say? That's the first commandment, basically. I am the Lord, Exodus 20, starting at 2. I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make it unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. All right. Verse 5, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. All right. And showing mercy unto the thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. All right. So this is the very first commandment, anybody that know the scriptures, that's the first one. That's the Most High. He hates that with a passion. And that's a lot of the reason why we was thrown in this captivity. All right. So we know what pagan is. I just want to bring that out, right? So the history of Christmas, all right? And it says Christmas is celebrated on December 25th and is both a sacred religious holiday and a worldwide cultural and commercial phenomenon. So it's all about the gifts, man. That's why you notice leading up to Christmas, you got all these kids commercials, these commercials that's trying to get the kids sucked in to what they want to get so they can go ask their parents, oh, Mom, I want this. Mom, Dad, I want this, you know? All right. It's not, people is not thinking about Yahweh Shah when Christmas come around. They thinking about what gifts they got to get, what gifts they going to get, all what they got to cook. If you ask the average person, they running rapid about getting their kids things. They running rapid trying to get their spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend, loved ones, period, something. Thinking about what they going to get, like I said, or what they going to cook, you know, what the family going to do on a holiday, where they going to go. This is what's on that. This is what's there, what's taking over the minds of people in December. And it start earlier if you saving, but when it get like mid-December, man, this is what's consuming the mind of the people. All right. For 2 millennia, people around the world have been observing it with traditions and practices that are both religious and secular in nature. Christians celebrate Christmas Day as the anniversary of the birth of Yahweh Shah of Nazareth, a spiritual leader whose teaching formed the basis of their religion. All right. So let's go down. How did Christmas start? All right. The middle of the winter has long been a time of celebration around the world. Centuries before the arrival of the man called Yahweh Shah, early Europeans celebrated light and birth in the darkest days of winter. Many peoples rejoiced during the winter solstice, all right, when the worst of the winter was behind them and they could look forward to longer days and extended hours of sunlight, all right. In Scandinavia, the Norse celebrated Yule for December 21st, the winter solstice through January. In recognition of the return of the sun, fathers and sons would bring home large logs, which they would set on fire. The people would feast until the log burned out, which could take as many as 12 days. The Norse believed that each spark from the fire represented a new pig or calf that would be born during the coming year. All right. So let's go to Saturnalia, because I'm just going through it. Saturnalia and Christmas. All right. In Rome. OK, which, again, like I said, when you see this video, he going to keep talking about what they did in Rome. All right. Because Babylon the Great is nothing but the Roman Empire rebirth. All right. So in Rome, where winters were not as harsh as those in the far north, Saturnalia, a holiday in honor of Saturn, the god of agriculture. Because, see, these pagans, they worship Saturn. They call it like the black sun or something like that, I believe. Was celebrated beginning in the week leading up to the winter solstice and continuing for a full month. Saturnalia was a hedonistic time when food and drink were plentiful and the normal Roman social order was turned upside down. See, for a month, enslaved people were given temporary freedom and treated as equals. Businesses and schools were closed so that everyone could practice in the holidays festivities. See, so like I said, America, Babylon the Great is the re-improvised, renewed Roman Empire. As you can see, businesses are closed today. Schools are closed today. It might not be for the whole month, but they, from now to like the 1st, school is going to be out. Business closed today. Now, tomorrow business is going to be up. But normally on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, okay, a business might close early on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, they close unless it's like something very essential, a hospital, gas, something like that. Or even some businesses open up later. But either way, they're doing basically the same thing. All right. Also around the time of the winter solstice, Romans observed Juvenalia, a feast honoring the children of Rome. In addition, members of the upper classes often celebrated the birth of Mithra, the god of unconquerable sun, on December 25th. It was believed that Mithra, an infant god, was born of a rock. For some Romans, Mithra's birthday was the most sacred day of the year. So you can see it's just, you know, a whole bunch of pagan, man, a whole bunch of nonsense. All right. False idols, false. And let me get that real quick. Let's get some scripture. Let's go to Jeremiah. Matter of fact, Salakia. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 20, starting at verse 6. And it says, in the day that I lifted up mine hand unto them to bring them forth out of the land of Egypt into a land that I have espied for them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all lands. All right. Then said I unto them, cast ye away every man of the abominations of his eyes, and defile not yourself with the idols of Egypt. I am the Lord your power. But they rebelled against me and would not hearken unto me. They did not every man cast away the abominations of their eyes, neither did they forsake the idols of Egypt. Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them to accomplish my anger against them in the midst of the land of Egypt. All right. So this is the thing. I want y'all to remember that because I'm about to play this video. All right. Just pay close attention. Salakia, hold on.
The holiday began of Americans celebrate Christmas in one way or another, according to the Pew Research Center. The holiday began in the 4th century when church officials chose to honor the birth of Jesus. But several customs we've come to associate with modern-day Christmas actually evolved from ancient pagan traditions celebrating the winter solstice. Historian Kenneth C. Davis is the best-selling author of the Don't Know Much About series, which we love. Welcome back to the table. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you. It's always a pleasure to be here.
So this is something I've always been fascinated by because the Bible never talks about the date of Christ's birth, yet we celebrate December 25th.
Now, like I said, the Bible don't talk about December 25th as Yahweh's birthday, but yet they still celebrating. Why? Because these people in modern day Rome, in the revised Roman Empire, basically, in Babylon, that's not the head. They're not thinking about that. They only thinking about the gift giving and things of that nature. Okay.
Why?
Well, primarily because in ancient Rome, there was a feast called Saturnalia that celebrated the solstice. What is the solstice? It's the day that the sun starts coming back. The days start getting longer. And most of the traditions that we have that relate to Christmas relate to the solstice, which was celebrated in ancient Rome on December 25th. So when Christianity became the official religion, in a sense, in Rome, they were able to fix this date, which some scholars say may be earlier than that. There's a little discrepancy about it, but it's no question that the fact that it was celebrated in Rome as an important day with gift giving, candle lighting, and singing and decorating houses really cemented Christmas as December 25th.
So as you can see, what they did, of course, with Saturnalia, as we read, they did in ancient Rome, they're doing now. All right. I'm going to keep stressing. America, Babylon the Great, is the revised Rome. All right. Even if you look at the architecture, it's the Greco-Roman revised. OK, because America takes a lot of its customs from Greece, Rome, and, you know, things of that nature. Greece and Rome mainly, you know, but Rome, this is basically Rome revisited. All right.
Say you don't know much according to your books, but do you know why we have a Christmas tree as opposed to a bunch of hydrangeas?
Well,
Are really pretty.
this is another
Being pretty.
This is another.
How about that, Ken?
This is another pagan tradition. So Christmas is really about bringing out your inner pagan. The Christmas tree.
And you see what they, you know, He's talking about bringing out your inner pagan, right? That's wicked, man. I when I seen this video, I was like, that's wicked to even say something like that, to bring out your inner pagan. They joking about it, but it's wicked, man, in my opinion.
Who knew we had an interface?
Yeah, two of the wise men said that. I remember. Well, it's like Halloween and a lot of other things predate Christianity. But in the Norse world, Germany.
Now you notice he said like Halloween and other holidays, all right? Because all of these holidays that's celebrated in Babylon the Great is pagan holidays. All right? Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, all of them is centered around paganism, all right?
The Scandinavian countries where winter was really serious and the solstice was really an important idea. They celebrated the return of life by celebrating an evergreen tree. When Christianity came in, they started to use the evergreen tree, the pagan symbol, as a symbol of the tree of paradise. And they started to hang an apple on it. So little red balls on green trees.
Oh,
I'm
that's
getting
the ornaments.
picture here.
That's where the idea
That's
for
right.
ornaments
So
came
all of these things really celebrate the idea that light and life are coming back into the world, which is essentially what Christmas means to Christians across the world.
Right, and mistletoe?
Mistletoe, we can thank the Druids for that. The Druids believed that mistletoe was an all-powerful healing item. It hung from the sacred oak.
Now see, as when we went to the definition of pagan, oh man. When we went to Slovakia. So when we went, you notice he said the Druids, right? So when we went to pagan, you see where it say witches, Druids, right here in number 3. All right. So it's all lining up.
In fact, if you met somebody in the forest, you gave them the sign of peace under the mistletoe. So people started to hang mistletoe above their doorways as a symbol of peace. This was such a powerful symbol of paganism that
And see how they got it represents the life and blood of Mashiach. These people is crazy because it don't represent that. Nothing from a pagan origin can be used for something righteous, man. Nothing.
English churches actually banned the use of it. And in fact, the real war on Christmas in America begins with the Puritans in around 1659. They knew all of these things, the date, the traditions were pagan ideas. The Puritans banned Christmas for about 20 years in America before the celebration became just too popular.
You'll be glad to know all of your answers today were correct. You know a lot. You know a lot, Kenneth C. Davis. Our fact checker over here. Very representative.
This does not take away, we're not the Grinch spoiling it here. It still has all the meaning that it has, but we can celebrate it and understand where these things come from.
Good day to you and your food.
So another thing I noticed is he kept telling them they come from pagan origins, right? But yet none of them thought about not celebrating it. All right, I bet you when they went, none of them is going to stop celebrating it just because where it come from. They could care less because they're thinking about what they're going to get their loved ones. They're thinking about what they're going to get, what they're going to cook, and just the festive aspect of it. They're not thinking about the birth of Yahweh Shai, which it don't represent that. But they're not thinking in their minds like, damn, this come from something really kind of wicked, but we using it for something good. And that's another thing I wanted to get. Matter of fact, I wanted to get this real quick. When we go to Matthew chapter 7. Give me 1 second. Chapter 7. Starting at 16, it says, ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. So I say that to say this. I read this scripture to say this. When I said you can't take something pagan and turn it into something good. No. What do it say right here? In verse 18, it says a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. So that pagan, all these pagan holidays, that would be considered that corrupt tree. It can't bring forth good fruit. That's why Yahweh Shai is not in none of these holidays, even when they try to make it about him. People that celebrate these holidays don't understand where it come from, which means they don't know the scriptures, okay? Or if they even do, they don't care. So that's corrupt fruit, all right? Only the people that know the scriptures and be like, hey, we ain't celebrating that because where it stems from. They can only bring forth the good fruit because and not celebrating it. You see what I'm saying? It's just and I think it was a part on there where he said something about Egypt. It might have I think my phone went low when it did it. Give me 1 second.
The celebration became just too popular.
You'll be glad to know all of your answers.
Wait a minute.
Puritans banned Christmas for about 20 years in America before the celebration became just too popular.
You'll be glad to know all of your answers today were correct. You know a lot.
Oh no, that wasn't the part. Shalaki, give me 1 second.
A lot of other
I think this is where he was talking about.
Halloween and a lot of other things predate Christianity. But in the North, and this is another pagan tradition. So Christmas is really about bringing out your inner pagan. The Christmas tree really comes to.
I thought he said something about Egypt.
On December 25th. So when Christianity became the official religion in a sense in Rome, they were able to fix this date, which some scholars say may be earlier than that. There's a little discrepancy about it, but it's no question that the fact that it was celebrated in Rome as an important day with gift giving, candle lighting, and singing and decorating houses really cemented Christmas as December 25th.
You always say you don't know much according to your books, but do you know why we have a Christmas tree?
Okay, maybe it was earlier. Let me see.
Solstice, it's the day that the sun starts coming back. The days start getting longer. And most of the traditions that we have that relate to Christmas relate to the solstice, which was celebrated in ancient Rome on December 25th. So when Christianity became
Let me see.
like
Give me 1 second, then I'm gonna just get this last
words
precept.
like Halloween and a lot of other things predate Christianity. But in the Norse world, Germany, the Scandinavian countries, where winter was really serious and the solstice was really an important idea, they celebrated the return of light. And so Christmas is really about bringing out your inner pagan.
Yeah, okay, maybe I made a mistake, but yeah. As you can see, Christmas is not to be celebrated. That's it in a nutshell. And like I said, what surprised me about them was nobody thought like, damn, this comes from paganism and we celebrating it. We turned it into something, we trying to turn it into something good that come from something wicked, man. Paganism is wickedness. All right. Point blank, period. All right. This is the last one. Matter of fact, let's go to Jeremiah chapter 10. Starting at verse 2, it says, thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. All right. And when you go to pagan, when we went to pagan, what did it say? Heathen since one. All right. So Jeremiah 10, verse 2 again. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. The custom of the people are vain. Christmas is vain. It's vanity. Because like I said, it don't really represent Yahweh Shai birthday. Number one, it don't really represent it. But number two, people don't have that on mind. If you wake up, right, say you married, y'all got kids. I'm speaking as a man. If you don't have no gifts, no tree, no nothing, your wife, your kids, they're going to be looking at you crazy. Now, of course, the kids, they kids, is how you raise them. They've been brought up in this Babylonian society, so they're going to expect it. But your wife, she might get mad at you if you ain't get the kids nothing, or even her something. See what I'm saying? Why? Because it's a vain custom, all right? So Jeremiah 10 verse 3 again, for the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. All right. And if you go get a real tree, a real Christmas tree, hey, you got to fasten that boy down. And my daddy used to get us real Christmas trees. We never had fake Christmas trees till I got older. All right. But my daddy, he would go get a real one. We would go when we was kids. We would go pick it out with him. We'd go to one of them, where they sell the Christmas trees. It'd be, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically like a tree farm or, I forgot, but we'd go, it'd be a whole bunch of Christmas trees out there. And you go get it. We pick the best one that looked the best. He bring it in the house and it leave a smell. Now, see, originally the evergreen tree is not wicked. It's just what if you idolize it, okay? Because the evergreen tree and all the trees the Lord created, they're not wicked, but it's once you start idolizing them and making them into gods and things of that nature, that becomes wicked. All right. Not the actual tree in itself. All right. So you got to fasten that real Christmas tree. We had to buy something like a little something. I forgot what it's called. It's basically a stand, and it came with like 4 screws, and you screw the screws and fasten the tree down so it can stand. I remember when as a kid, we used to do it every Christmas. Well, we'd get them before Christmas every year, We would do that with my father. So verse 4, they deck it with silver and gold, all right, and them basically like ornaments, You put red, green, you put different ornaments on your tree. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good. All right. So brothers bring this precept out a lot for the Christmas, basically worshiping them false idols. That's what this is going into. And I just wanted to bring this out. So Lord willing, it was edifying. Till the next lesson. Shalom.